It was my senior year in college, and we just finished up our team project. And the notice came in the mail with my grade, and I ripped it open only to discover that I gotten a C. And so I got on the phone and started calling all of the other people on my team and found out that everybody else had gotten an A. And so, what the heck? So I reached out to Dr. Anderson, who was head of the projects, and scheduled a time to talk to him. And I went in and I said, Dr. Anderson, I don't get it. Everybody else got an A and I got a C. And I said, and I was the person who arranged to meet or with the company to do the work for them. And I kept all the schedules. I managed those schedules. I kept all the notes so that our project would, come out really good. And I prepared the documents that we turned into you. What did I do wrong? And he looked at me and he said, oh, Jane, he said, your name wasn't listed on the team. He said, I knew your work from the past, so I gave you a C. Oh, and then he said, and from what you told me, he said, you were actually the producer for the project, and you should have had that on there on the documents. And so if you will go back and re-prepare the documents and turn them in with your name on it as the producer, I'll give you the credit for that. And then he said, what was probably one of the most important things I had heard in my entire college life. He said, Jane, if you don't toot your own horn, nobody else will. And I carry that statement with me throughout my entire career. So why don't a lot of people like to toot their own horn? Well, number one is that we think that our work, just like I thought my work, should speak for itself. But if we think we're busy, our bosses are busy too, and they don't have time to go through and look at every little thing that we're doing, every success we have, every success our team has, and expecting them to know that or pay attention to that. It simply isn't realistic. Number two, I speak to a lot of women who feel like, oh, I don't like to toot my own horn. It feels like bragging. So we need to redefine what tooting our own horn means. It doesn't have to mean bragging. What it can mean is celebrating. Celebrate our success, celebrate the success of our team, celebrate when something goes wrong and it's corrected. There are so many ways to celebrate, and that's not bragging. So what can we do to toot our own horn in a way that really doesn't feel like tooting, like bragging? So number one is to create a scorecard. Now, salespeople do this all the time. They track their leads, they track the people that are potential clients, they track when they are about to close a sale, they track when they close the sale, and they track the money that's coming in. This is the thing. We can do that for ourselves, even if we're not salespeople. We can track our projects. We can track where they are. We can track the successes, big and little successes. We can track when there's a risk, how we're mitigating the risk, and when that risk has been mitigated. We can do all that on a one-page document that you call a scorecard. That lets our boss know exactly where we are, the successes that we've had. And one additional thing, it makes it easy for our boss to brag on us with their boss simply by sharing that scorecard. Number 2, send out celebratory emails. And don't copy just your team, copy your boss, copy your boss's boss. If there's somebody else in another division that it's affecting, copy them and celebrate everything good that happens. Don't wait until the end of the project. Do it on a regular basis. And when there's somebody on your team that does something over and above, celebrate them. Let everybody know what's going on. Number 3, partner with somebody else to toot your own horn. When you go into a meeting and your toot partner happens to have a good idea or say something that would be impactful, speak up immediately. Say, yay, great idea. Let's think about how we can do that. And then ask them to do the same for you. Make sure that somebody else is always tooting your horn for you and you're doing it for them. Number 4, stop by your boss's office or reach out to them if you're working virtually all the time, frequently, maybe as much as every day, with something good that happened that day. And take the time to ask them how they're doing, because guess what? Bosses need a little love too. And make sure that people on your team get kudos for what they're doing, because what's happening now is your boss is seeing how you're managing your people. Who are the people that are making the greatest progress? That way, your boss knows when it's time to promote you and when it's time to promote the people and who those people should be that could to be promoted. Okay, number 5, track all of your successes in terms of time, dollars, and impact. Time, dollars, impact. And make sure that you update your resume on a regular basis. That way, if you do want or need to find another job, you don't have to brag, and it doesn't have to be kind of superficial. All you have to do is state the facts. That's not bragging. That's just sharing the facts. Let me know if you try any of these ideas. And if you do, congratulations. And also, if you have some ideas on how all of us can toot our own horns in a way that doesn't feel like bragging, then please put them down in the comments. Share them with all of us so we can all win. And if you feel like you still can't toot your own horn, then please reach out to me or go down into the comment section and I'll leave a link where you can schedule a call with me. And let's talk about this, because it's critical that you let people know just exactly all the successes that you had in your career. And you need to be telling yourself this as well. What are the things where you have improved a situation, where you've made improvement in income or return on investment? Where are the things that you have enhanced a product? Where have you helped a client, or where have you helped somebody on your team to make a difference? all of these things need to be shared because, like I said in the beginning, your boss doesn't have time for all of that. And if you don't toot your own horn, nobody else will. Until I hear from you, I want you to know that great things are happening right now. Let's get going.